I never thought I'd be the guy writing a story like this, but here I am. My life completely shattered, my marriage in ruins, and yet I'm at peace. This is the story of how I lost everything and gained something much more valuable in return. My wife Emma and I had been together for 12 years, married for 8. We had what I thought was a solid relationship. We laughed, we traveled, we built a life together. She was my best friend. We were that couple, the ones everyone envied. Then everything changed. The first signs it started subtly. Late nights at work. A newfound obsession with her appearance. She began hiding her phone, keeping it face down on the table, turning off notifications when I was around. I didn't want to be that paranoid husband, so I ignored the nagging feeling in my gut. I told myself, she's just busy. She's just stressed. It's nothing. Until it wasn't. One night she was in the shower and her phone buzzed, over and over again. I don't know what made me do it, but I picked it up, and there it was. A message from a contact saved as work event, but work events don't send heart emojis. Work events don't text. I can't stop thinking about last night. My stomach dropped. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I started watching. I paid attention to the excuses, the sudden disappearances, the way she started distancing herself from me physically and emotionally. It all made sense now. I needed proof. Catching her in the act, I hired a private investigator. Call me crazy, but I needed something solid before I blew up my marriage. 2 weeks later, I had everything. Photos, texts, locations. She wasn't just cheating, she was in a full-blown relationship. And the worst part? It was with my best friend, Mark. The guy who stood next to me at my wedding. The guy who held my newborn daughter in his arms and told me I'd be the best dad. My hand shook as I scrolled through the photos. Them at a hotel, her sitting in his lap at a bar, kissing. I felt something inside me snap, but I didn't scream. I didn't confront her in a rage. No, I planned the perfect revenge. Emma and I shared a house, 2 cars, and a joint savings account. But there was one thing she didn't know. I'd been planning my exit long before I caught her. While she was off sneaking around with Mark, I was meeting with a divorce lawyer. I quietly separated my finances, moved my direct deposits to a private account, and gathered every piece of evidence I needed to ensure she wouldn't get a single cent more than she deserved. Then, the pièce de résistance. One weekend, I told her I had to go on a business trip. In reality, I was staying at a friend's place, waiting for the trap to spring. The hidden cameras I installed in our house did the rest. 2 nights in, she invited Mark over. To our house, to our bed. I watched the footage in real time, my hands gripping the edge of the table so hard I thought it would break. That was all I needed. The grand finale. The next morning, I walked into our house like nothing was wrong. She was in the kitchen, drinking coffee, acting like she wasn't the worst person on the planet. "Hey, babe," she said with a smile. I dropped a thick envelope on the counter. Her smile faded. "What's this?" I folded my arms. "Divorce. Papers." The color drained from her face. "You what?" "I know, Emma. I know everything." I pulled out my phone and played a snippet of the video. Her and Mark, in my house. She went pale. Then she started sobbing. "It's not what it looks like." I laughed. "It's exactly what it looks like. And by the way, I hope Mark is ready to take care of you because I already moved all my money out of our accounts. The house? In my name. The cars? Mine. You have nothing, Emma." She collapsed onto the floor, begging me to talk, to listen, to understand. I didn't. I grabbed my keys and walked out, just as Mark pulled into the driveway. The look on his face when he saw her crying on the floor, priceless. Life after her, it's been 6 months. The divorce was brutal. For her. She got nothing but the clothes on her back. Turns out Mark wasn't as in love as she thought because he dumped her a month later. And me? I'm thriving. New job, New house, new life. Sometimes karma just needs a little push.